Overpricing gets more selling price. Another seller myth. A lot of times sellers come with their opinions or preformed misconceptions about how a property sells. And selling a property is a very rare event. So they think overpricing will get them more money. Hi, I'm Amol Heda with Keller Williams Bay Area Estates and author of Thriving Through Ownership. So when I go to propose for me being as a listing agent and to start talking to the sellers, their biggest concern is how much will I get? And that's the perfect thing. And that's a good starting place to be. But remember that when buyers start working on properties, they are continuously watching the market, the target homes, the size of the home that they want to buy. So when they're doing that, they're watching every closed transaction in the area. They're watching every list price, sales price, how the property looks, and whatever. They go and even step into the properties and see what they physically look like. A lot of times, buyers do a lot of this digging and decision making much before they actually start writing an offer. So, when buyers are writing offers, they determine the price beforehand. A lot of them determine the neighborhood that they want to live in. They will even discuss the features and amenities that they want to get in. With all this information, then they start looking for the property. Now just imagine somebody has watched the neighborhood and they have set their budget to a certain number, say $1 million. They will typically watch properties for the $1 million and say 3 bedrooms, about 1,500 square feet, and has a lot, and some features like that, and going to a certain school. If somebody prices property with the same criteria for 1.5, it's not even going to be seen because the buyer kind of sets a limit. And even when we as agents are working with our clients, we follow the set limits for the budget that the client is working at. And that budget cuts how many views the listing is going to get. For a listing agent, their biggest job is to get as many people to come and see a property as possible. First, online, because that is where the search starts, and then those people that like a property and the property fits their criteria, those are the people that actually decide to get into their car and come to see the property. So, online views get converted into physical showings, but that's only after the property fits their criteria. Pricing is one of the biggest criteria. So now let's look at what the agent who is going to help you sell the property going to do. The agent has a lot of standard operating procedures and some proprietary techniques and some just standard techniques like putting the property on the MLS. It gets broadcasted on Zillow or Redfin, doing an open house, making a listing flyer. These are just common standard operating procedures. Whereas there are others that bring a lot more marketing, like advertising in newspapers, doing social media, advertising by using geofencing, and a lot of concepts that are prevalent based on the current technology and the current market conditions. So an expert listing agent is responsible for bringing as much exposure to the property and getting the most number of people into the property. Pricing is just one of the techniques. I call list price as a listing attraction price, and it's a strategy. So don't just try to think that the highest list price will get you the highest sold price. Completely far from truth. A lot of times, a very low list price gets too many people excited and makes them compete and gets them to offer even more than what the home deserves. So if the sellers really want to get the most money, they should work with a very experienced agent who knows and uses a lot of techniques in how to market a property. List price, just one of those tools, not what it will give you the final sold price. Do you agree somewhat? If you think you do not, please comment below. If you think you like what I am saying, share it with your friends who are looking for advice. Want more information or have a property that you want to sell? I'm here to help. Talk to you in my next one. Bye.